It's that time. It's the Bet This Power Rankings, the in-house Power Rankings. We've got 5 different Power Rankings to break down today,
which will be winnowed down to 3 next week and then back to 4
in just a few weeks.
Yep. Yeah. So we're going to start off with what we usually start off with, the NBA. And we'll start off with the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 10. At number 9, the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, we're going to talk about the Lakers in a little bit. At number 8, the Denver Nuggets. At number 7, the Houston Rockets. At number 6, the Cleveland Cavaliers. My Cleveland Cavaliers. At number 5, the New York Knicks. At number 4, the Detroit Pistons. Jason Tatum's back, so I'm putting the Boston Celtics at number 3.
Hell yeah.
At number 2, the San Antonio Spurs. And at number 1, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the reigning, defending, undisputed, history-making champion, Oklahoma City Thunder. And by the way, the Thunder and the Spurs have both clinched playoff spots.
That's crazy.
And we're not even in. We're officially mid-March this weekend. They've already clinched playoff spots.
I was going to mention that to you when I was doing the power rankings that I saw. I think it was like 3 or 4 teams were eliminated when I was looking at like records and things like that. There was already 3.
I didn't see the elimination from competition.
It's like Pacers are eliminated.
Are they officially eliminated?
Yeah, there's like a on the 4-letter network when I was looking up records. There's an E next to, I think, the Pacers, maybe the Nets.
Wizards probably.
I don't remember exactly who. But
Wizards need to stop Bam Adebayo. Oh, they couldn't. So, yep.
the Wizards couldn't stop a bad habit, let alone stop Bam Adebayo.
They had 3 guys on him at one time, and he still was able to just do it.
They could have put all 5 guys on him. They wouldn't stop him. That man scored 83 points.
Right.
He had a shot at 91.
If you remember, well, again, if you had 91, he would have gone for the record. I think he would have like 102.
I mean,
so here's the thing, too, Siege. I understand I'm going to get a lot of hate for this about Kobe Bryant, but you also have to, if you watch that game between the Toronto Raptors and the LA Lakers in 2006, they let him through that lane like he was a bowling ball. That alley.
The only thing is, and we talked about this on Good Morning New Hampshire,
yeah.
And I'll just mention this and we can get back to the power rankings, but the Raptors were a bad team. There are a few more wins than the Wizards are.
At this point, 20 years ago.
But
different NBA too.
But especially different NBA. But the big thing is Kobe shot half of the free throws that Bam shot.
Yes.
Not taking anything away from Bam.
Well, he wasn't getting right.
Still got to take the free
Kobe
throws.
wasn't getting fouled the way
Bam was getting aggressively fouled. Like some of those fouls were brutal.
The Raptors were just letting him through the lane.
But I will say, again, Kobe didn't shoot half the free throws that Bam did, and the Lakers were losing at halftime in the game. Kobe scored 81.
Yes.
The Heat were up the entire time.
They never lost.
There was not 1 second they were worried about, like, Bam was able to continue to do that because there was no worry of the Wizards coming back. Kobe had to do that for the Lakers to win.
Trae Young may hit a 3. Great. Bam's going to hit like 5 of them in the next 2 minutes.
That was what blew my mind, was his 3-point accuracy. Like, he was just moving threes.
Big
just
guy.
Yeah, just
he
pulling
looked
up.
like Steph Curry.
I know.
I've never seen a guy that big shoot threes like that.
Crazy. Like, I've seen some big guys shoot threes, but it's always like post up, wait for your shot. Like,
I remember Kenyon Martin in college doing that, and he had you remember they had the baggy shorts back then?
the and ones.
The and ones, right? Exactly. So that was the style back then. So we'll start in the NHL now. Number 10, the Anaheim Ducks. They get in. They're looking good.
Looking like Hollywood.
I'm not going to call them the Anaheim Duck, the Los Angeles Ducks of Anaheim. I'm not doing that. Okay. At number 9, the Detroit Red Wings. At number 8, the Boston Bruins. I know their home streak just got snapped by Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks. They had a 12 or 13 game home winning streak. Pretty impressive.
Good way to bounce back from the Olympics.
Yes, which again, they lost to San Jose on Thursday at home, which no one was expecting.
Yeah.
So I know a couple of people who went to that game, by the way. At number 7, the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens. They're sneaking in on a playoff. Number 6, the Minnesota Wild, who have kind of slumped a little bit. Not too much, though. The Western Conference is just not anywhere near as good as the Eastern Conference. That being said, I think the Western Conference team is going to dominate the playoffs and the Stanley Cup final. We'll get to that. At number 5, the Tampa Bay Lightning. At number 4, the Carolina Hurricanes. At number 3, shooting way up, the Buffalo Sabres. They're going to make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
They haven't made it in a long time. My niece and nephew were little when they made it the last time. It was a long time ago.
That's crazy.
At number one and number two never seems to change in the NBA or the NHL. And it's the Dallas Stars, who are just firing on all cylinders. But you know what? They're the redheaded stepchild, or in this case, the green-headed stepchild, compared to the Colorado Avalanche, who are just the class of the NHL right now.
At the beginning of the season, the Lightning were in second. The Canes were in second for a little play.
Yeah,
a little
the
bit.
Stars were starting, but you know what?
Right, like the Stars have taken second place, but it doesn't matter because the Avs have had number one the whole season.
Yeah.
They've been
It hasn't mattered.
untouchable.
Every other team is what
Irrelevant,
team?
essentially.
It's the Avs. Now MLS. We're going to start with Seattle Sounders at number 10. At number 9, Colorado. Number 8, Nashville. Number 7, NYC, New York City. Number 6, more NY, the New York Red Bulls. At number 5, the reigning defending undisputed champ Inter Miami. At number 4, San Jose, the Earthquakes. At number 3, LAFC, which makes the LA Galaxy really apoplectic. At number 2, Vancouver. And at number 1, they're classy, San Diego FC.
I think a West Coast team is going to win the championship this year in the MLS.
Well, they almost did last year.
I think it's going to be, I know that they're not on there, but I think it's going to be Portland, Seattle, or Vancouver.
Okay.
One of those.
So Inter Miami's not going to repeat?
No.
It's so hard to repeat.
And with the World Cup coming up, I don't think Messi's
just going to have his attention strictly diverted to.
Yep.
He's gonna
and those
focus.
teams are the blue bloods of the MLS.
Yeah.
I feel like those Northwestern
Miami
teams
is the new kid in town, and at some point, you're the new kid in town for a reason. You're going to get squashed by the blue bloods. All right, NCAA men's and women's top 10. We're going to do this one last time until November.
Yes,
we got
long time.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. At number 10, Illinois. At number 9, Virginia. At number 8, Michigan State. At number 7, Iowa State. At number 6, UConn. At number 5, Houston. Number 4, Michigan. At number 3, Florida. At number 2, Arizona. And the class of the NCAA for men, at number 1 is Duke.
Yes, they are untouchable, essentially.
They've got some depth issues, though. They've had a couple injuries. I don't know if they're going to be able to advance past the first round.
Yeah, usually that first seed is I don't know if they'll be able to make the run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At number 10 for women, the Ohio State University. At number 9, Duke. They take a tumble. They were in the top 5. Now they're just going to. At number 8, Michigan. Ugh. At number 7, Iowa. At number 6, Vanderbilt. At number 5, South Carolina. They've taken a little bit of a tumble. At number 4, LSU. At number 3, Texas. And much like the Dallas Stars, UCLA, UCLA, women's basketball, they go on this amazing winning streak. It all gets overshadowed by the class of women.
They're second fiddle to.
They are, too. The UConn Lady Huskies at number 1. And those are your rankings for Bet This for NBA, NHL, MLS, NCAA, men's and women's college hoops.